We running already, right? Oh.
All right, I'm gonna start it off. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Great Millstone of Virginia. As always, to give latest news, articles, lessons through the spirit and the power by Shemiyah Shai. But as always, first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh by
How
Hashem, Yahweh
Hashem
Shai, by
Yahushua
Hashem
Shem
Kakodash.
Kakadash.
We want to say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who will teach out the truth. I want to say peace and blessings and salutation to you. I command the putting the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, sincerely to the best of their ability, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. That I want to say shalom, shalom, shalom. Okay, basically, what I'm saying, we're gonna, get into, it's really, various topics, but of course, we found an article and come to find out it just happened days ago, and just concerning these hospitals, man, about because when you look up the word doctor, the brothers can look it up for me what it truly means. The Lord never said nothing about having doctors in the scriptures, man. The Lord talks about a physician. You know what I'm saying? When you have, some type of elements, you know what I'm saying? The scripture even talks about I honor physician because because it comes from the Lord, man. The Lord gave him, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to have all these, the knowledge of the herbs of knowledge, but about basically about what to eat and exercise and all this. But in America, what I'm saying, this pharmaceutical industry, so to speak, it makes big money. And as you can see, when you go to these doctors, you rarely see a Jake. You mainly see Esau or these other nations. You know what I'm saying? That think that they know our bodies, but we go to these hospitals. Like say for example, when you sit, what I'm saying? They believe that that our bodies are compared to these heathens, and which is clearly not the case. You know, many reasons is what because the skin that we got on our hands is called melanin. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord blessed us with, man. You know what I'm saying? Melanin is like a is like is a beautiful gift, man, because it gives us vitamins, minerals. We're able to hear things better, see things better. You know what I'm saying? That's how we, you know what I'm saying, are able, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, our body's immune system are so much stronger compared to these other nations, according to what? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You know what I'm saying? We're a special people unto the Lord. These other nations know that. But as you can see, doing slavery, you know what I'm saying? These mainly Esau, has been experimenting on our people, you know what I'm saying, for decades, man. You know? And this is not and like you said, the scripture says it's like there's no new thing under the sun. Because we better get into it, man. Because as you can see, when we about to read the article, this Elam, like whatever, man, started doing some unlawful practices, mainly against our people, mainly the woman. You know what I'm saying?
I got that word doctor if you want it in the
Yeah,
etymon.
go ahead, bring it out.
This is the word doctor in the etymon. It says a religious teacher, advisor, a scholar. Says a teacher to show, to teach, cause to know, originality, make to appear right. Um,
Yeah, it says make to
that's
appear right. You know, but you know what I'm saying. When you actually look at the word, what I mean, it means to falsify. You know what I'm saying? Doctors are not there to cure you. They're here to subside. What's that word? Roughly paraphrasing.
Subside the pain.
Yeah, the water.
Basically,
yeah.
if I may, the pharmaceutical and the hospital business is exactly what it is. It's a big business. So they're not here to cure us. They're here to slap a band-aid on you. So and the word you was looking for is subside. You know, when you do, when you go to the doctors, they ask you what your pain level is, right? If your
Hmm.
pain is excruciating, they're going to give you something to bring it down, not to cure it, not to eliminate the pain. They're going to just give you something so you can cope with it. Because think
Yeah.
about it. If they fix what's wrong with you, then no more money is going to be getting put in. Like bros know real quick. Bros know I just had to go to the hospital, and instead of actually trying to find the root issue, they subscribe me like 20 damn different medicines. Of course, I'm not going to take it, but that's all it is. It's a business, and half of the medicine they give you, it might help with something, but it might be attacking your liver, your kidneys. You know what I mean? So you're gonna just keep coming back. It's not but a repetitious cycle.
Yeah.
Con, I got something in the chat GPT for doctor, because when I looked for the in the etymology, and then when I looked in the Merriam-Webster, the Merriam-Webster kind of gave you like a little bit, but you can tell that they've been watching our videos, so they kind of like wash down or water down the true definition of a doctor, because they're pretty much trying to tie the word doctor as a physician, and that's essentially what Yahushua is. You know, for the elect, he heals us. You know, he brings back life and so on and so forth. Right? A doctor doesn't do any of those things. You know, because like the brother was going into, this whole hospital system or the medical world is corrupted, right? And they even show you that on their emblem, right? They have a damn serpents, two serpents around it, and they have a fucking needle. So it's letting you know that matter of fact, could you get that scripture, who will pity a child who was bit by a serpent, Baruch? You know, because it shows you that they're wicked, man. You know, you can't trust, you know, this damn medical system.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Con.
When people hear the word doctor, they think of somebody that's gonna cure you.
Mm-hmm.
But you could be a doctor at anything. People get their when they go to school, they get their associate degree, bachelor's degree, then they get their doctorate, you know what I mean? And they become a doctor at, right here, it says it right here in the Edom, it says meaning holder of the highest degree in a university.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a curer or something, you know what I mean? This another thing with being in Babylon, words can mean multiple things, you know.
Yeah. And in the chat GTPT, it says at its root, doctor comes from the Latin word dacere, meaning to teach. But in its darker interpretation, a doctor is someone who intervenes in life at its most vulnerable point, holding power over pain, survival, truth, and sometimes death. And essentially, I've witnessed that. I experienced, you know, these certain things, particularly with childbirth. You know, what do? They try to force or try to coerce you to get, you know, certain vaccinations, right? And then they say if you don't get this, you could, you know, get some type of disease or death, and they play these fear tactic games on you, you know what I'm saying, to pretty much submit, you know, to their whole belief system and their medicine and their science and so on and so forth. And it goes deeper into it.
Mainly against the woman too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you experienced that. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, like you say, Zara, like say, you know, because you have experience. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you said some things, and like you said, you know, I mean, sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, I guess they try to put you out the room so that way they can have a long talk with the woman, probably. You know what I'm saying? You know, with the wife or something like that. So
yeah, what they say for the delivery department, they pretty much the mother get the final say so. You know what I'm saying? So through that they'll say, you know, mother, father, maybe a mom is for certain or something like that. I forget the saying. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Because they physically seen the baby coming out of the woman, that means that she has automatic parental rights. But as far as the father, they can't do it unless you do like a blood test or you're legally married. And you know what I'm saying? It's so much bullshit that come with it. But I want to stay on track with the definition. It says, here's the deeper, less romantic side. A doctor decides whose suffering is treated and who is endured. They cut, poison, irradiate, or withhold, all in the name of healing. So they withhold a lot of, you know, different cures and medicines throughout the earth. I'm sure they have plenty of knowledge on it, you know. And
Salakia, real quick, if you go to your doctors right now and you speak of herbs that will heal instead of the pharmakia, they will shut it down or they'll get tight-lipped. I've seen it myself. Yeah, I've seen it myself.
They get frustrated.
Yeah, because you got to realize that them doctors take an oath, so they can't even speak on natural remedies, some certain natural remedies, you know.
Yeah, and it's so great. Hey, Salaki, it's so crazy because I remember I went to the doctor and I ran into this lady who is a follower of IUIC, and she was giving me natural remedies that kind of help with my problems, but she was like, between me and you. But it lets you know, like you said, they do, you know, say, oh, but I'm gonna finish this out and you brothers got it. It says they see the body as a system, sometimes at the cost of seeing the person. Their knowledge creates an imbalance of power. Patients must trust, obey, and submit. Every cure carries risk. Every decision leaves unseen consequences.
Yeah.
It says, in the dark sense, a doctor stands at the boundary between healing and harm, control and care, science and human of fragility. If I'm saying that correctly,
Fragility?
yeah, fragility. It says, so the true meaning isn't just healer; it's authority over the body, guided by knowledge, ethics, and fallibility. A doctor is not inherently good or evil. They are dangerous precisely because they can help, which is BS. We know that they're evil.
Mhm.
You funny.
But I see when you look at like the brothers was going into the symbol with the snake and the wings and all of that, that goes back to Greek mythology.
Mhm.
Right? That is one symbol. Then the other symbol is the RX. You know, that's the witch's pot. You know what I mean? And when you go into the Latin for that, it's recipere, and that means, you know, obviously recipe. So, you know, they're not going to give you the cure. They're just going to, you know, give you, they're going to mix something up and give it, you know, like the brother said, it's not going to cure what you got going on, because their money is not you being healed. They get their money from, you know, pumping out them prescriptions to you.
Yeah, kind of just to add on, because it doesn't make no sense why, especially in America, you know, mainly in America, that, you know what I'm saying, you got to pay out of pocket for a thing called health insurance.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess in Canada, I'm not sure if Canada still do this, but, you know, in Canada, you don't got to pay for health insurance. You know, that's why everything is expensive over there, but you don't pay for health insurance. Hey, and, some other states, like, so I think some other countries like Sweden, they don't pay for health insurance. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everything is free. Everything's supposed to be free, man. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you don't have insurance. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at you some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's somebody between me. Let's say, for example, if one of us didn't have insurance and one of us did, who do you think they're gonna go after first? You know what I'm saying? Like you said before, Zariel, you said, who gets treated and who doesn't. You know, of course they're gonna go after the people that got insurance first,
Right.
because they're the one that got money.
Khan, it says that they're for the symbol, it says the Greek word is Asclepius. It says the god of healing and medicine. And then it pretty much it says the dark symbolism for it. It says the same knowledge that heals can also kill. Medicine is controlled danger.
Mm.
And
Wow.
it's, to add to the brother, back to that Greek guy that he's speaking about, it also means commerce. So those prescriptions is exactly that. It's commerce. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah, it does say that. Hermes means commerce. Yep. Yep. So letting you know that they're profiting off of you, off of the medicines of the earth.
Yeah, like you said, them bills be fucking high too, man. For real, man. Depending on what you get. And on top of that, you got to sign a contract too, so that way they, you know, so that way they can't get sued. A lot of process going on. But
they got all them damn checkup visits. You know, you got all these damn side effects. Oh, if this isn't working, take this. If this isn't work, take that. You know what I mean? They got it's bullshit, man.
Yeah, so basically, like a lab, basically, you're like a lab rat, so to speak. You know, like you said before, they test you with different things and see what works and what's not. And then we know ultimately they're really targeting our people. You know what I'm saying? And also too, hey, like you said, man, you better also too, you better keep. It's like you also too, you better be careful what type of doctor you get too, because a lot of them are racist undercover. You know what I'm saying? What you about to get into? You know what I'm saying? They really they're there for also to destroy our people. You know what I'm saying? Which we better read with the article coming up when our brothers, you know, get done what they need to say.
Yeah, I got a little information on the father, pretty much, as they say, the father of gynecology, but I'll bring it out after we get into the article. Baba Shah.
All right.
This article is from, I got it off of Newsbreak, but the journal column is Atlanta Black Star journalism column, I would say. Atlanta Black Star. It says he was very convincing. Over 600 mostly black women sterilized and cut open for no reason. Lawsuit claims now Virginia hospital faces $6 billion lawsuit. It says more than 600 women who claim they were subjected to medical
Unnecessary.
unnecessary surgeries, including C-sections and hysterectomies over a decade by a now imprisoned OBGYN doctor, are suing a Virginia hospital on its and its top executives for $6 billion.
God damn.
All right. It goes into speaking about just going further down. It says the plaintiffs, most of whom are black, are each seeking $10 million in damages. They accuse the hospital, its current CEO James Reese Jackson, and four former senior executives of enabling Perez to perform unnecessary, harmful, invasive, unlawful, and life-altering gynecologic medical procedures on them and other women for nearly a decade at Chesapeake Regional Medical Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, despite repeated reports and clear evidence of Perez's prior misconduct in his obstetrics and gynecology practice.
That's wicked because it shows you that they were constantly reporting it and nothing was being handled properly, man. And it shows the fucking damage is already done. That tell you, man, you ain't gonna be able to fucking spend that, man. Especially when you got the shit going on with talks about the government shutdown. You get 10 million, tell them if you're gonna get it in a lump sum, you're gonna get it every payment. And then next thing you know, now they got your information of sending you that payment. They could just kill you off. Now they don't owe you shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, and then of course, I'm not sure if we're gonna go deal tonight, but what a God, brothers don't know what a gynecologist is. They barely study your body parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So who knows what his doctor been doing? To the woman of our nation. You know what I'm saying? Probably cut off ovaries. Who knows, man? Like you said, damages that's already done. People can have no more children. Who knows if you drugged them? You know what I'm saying? Or with the probably had surgeries, probably can't walk, or like you said, for 10 years. Like that's a long time. That's a decade, man. He been doing this, man.
Yeah. He's in prison serving 50 plus years.
I mean, ain't no point now because he already looked dead already. So you know what I'm saying. So he did his job, what he needed to do. So and on top of that, that he's an Elamite. So that's another red flag. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that over there, and their own country, like you said, they dirty, they stupid. You know what I'm saying? They do unsafe practices, and ultimately, why they bring these other nations over for doctors is also is for cheap labor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, cheap labor. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you're not gonna see a Jake doctor. That's rare. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's best. You know what I'm saying? Even with any doctor, it's always best to deal with your own nation, man. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why they don't make no sense. Like you say, you got an Edomite doctor treating you. You know what I'm saying? Even in your spirit, you're like, but damn well that, what I'm saying, you're not supposed to be treating me, man. It's supposed to be somebody from your own nation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, when you go to these other countries, what do you see? You see their doctors of their own nation. But in America, it's not like that.
Yeah.
If I can't say, this devil always been like, experimenting on people and practicing and doing all kinds of wickedness throughout the whole earth, on like third world country, people. He always been doing this. So like we're never gonna get justice until Yahweh Shai come back and return. Because really, this devil, he is the disease of the earth. He's a fucking disease that need to be, taken care of. And in Ecclesiasticus that says it, and Ecclesiasticus 10:10, it says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. And this is going into this devil, man. He presents himself as a king and everything, but he's the disease of this earth.
Yeah, that's right. I wish I could find the book, but there's nothing new under the sun. I actually have the book that breaks down how he used to take the Jake woman and perform all type of surgery.
That's the spirit up, because I got that article right here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I have the book. I lost it within my move, but they got the picture, the drawing of the Jake lady on the look. There you go. That's the spirit right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they would cut her open without any anesthesia. How you say that word?
Anesthesia.
You know what I mean? to see how strong our pain tolerance was, basically.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah. Again, you go back to what I was saying. That's why what our our people are like peculiar people, man. That's why that's what I'm saying. Like I said, our sickness is different compared to the other nation's sickness,
That's it
man.
right there. Yep, that's I got that in my book right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me bring out this let me bring out this priest and bros got it. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the most that to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, man.
Yeah,
Like you said, what I'm saying. Like you said, it's a woman want payback. They want vengeance, man. But they probably not gonna get it, man, because again, we're in captivity. Like I said, our people are not gonna seek. Man, it's like our people are not gonna seek justice in this system, man. It's pointless. Our people been, what I'm saying, like you said, there are tons of cases. What I'm saying, our people still seeking justice even till now. What I'm saying, like you said, our people still fighting for reparations, man.
Yep.
I got a quick precept to that. But it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation, but we're not in that time right now. We have to endure, but there will be a time. But this is Isaiah 33:18. It says, "Thy heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?" So spiritually, we give, we might meditate on that get back, but right now we just got to endure through the things. But like you said, Maltazar, a lot of them young women that don't know the truth, they probably are furious when they find out they can't produce babies, they can't get pregnant. You got stuff like endometriosis. There's a lot of women with endometriosis, and you can't tell me that it's just common that so many Jake women are suffering through that, man. It's EB at the hand of a lot of the sicknesses we have, yo.
Right. And
endometriosis is very painful for women, man. Very painful. When they have them flares, look, man, I done seen women ball up out of pain, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know. It might be the medicines giving us,
Most definitely.
Yeah, like you said, the food, everything, like you said. Hey, yeah, everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Now they got a process, as the scriptures say, because that's what we do. We bring out the scriptures. First is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rust of source is wickedness."
Right.
So, hey, you can't tell you can't tell 2/3 Jake nothing. You know what I mean? Especially not the so-called Negro, the Negro woman. You know what I mean? But if you pay attention to what the Lord is telling you through the prophets, that are on the highways and byways, then you just may learn something. You know what I mean? Because we come into the truth and we learn a lot more medical knowledge than we do being in the world. You know what I'm saying? And we learn how to self-heal in different things. You know what I mean? But a new procedure. Those that's going to Esau and trusting in him is called alloclay. All right, and alloclay is pretty much when they take the fat out of dead bodies and they cleanse it, sterilize it, and then they put it into a woman for her BBLs and different things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So they say, instead of the term corpse, they use cadaver, meaning a recently deceased person or whatever the case. Hey, you got Jake that's missing on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? These traffic, trafficking, organizations going on, kids missing and different things. So then they talking about they putting people in the burgers and people in the food and different things like that. Hundreds of thousands of people going missing, all the time. All right, somebody know what's going on with these bodies, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for how is these medical procedures being done? Where's a new? You saying this is a new procedure and different things? You got dead body cells and different things, fat from bodies and all of that, and storage that y'all just able to put in someone's body to fill injections or whatever the case may be, man. All of that shit is wicked, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So going back to the article, it was speaking about how it's a Jake. She didn't even know that her uterus was completely taken out of her.
Sheesh.
She didn't know it until she went back to a different physician and they told her, like, man, this is why you having hot flashes at 30 years old. This is why you're in menopause at 30, because somebody done fucked around and took your whole goddamn uterus out. So what these doctors, like this Elamite guy that's serving 50 plus years right now, he's one of them doctors that would put a woman to sleep, take her uterus out, sew her back up. Now her uterus is on sale on the black market for anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000. You see what I'm saying? So these are the judgments of what comes under a wicked man. You know what I mean? These are the judgments of what we gotta face from turning from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. There's no area where you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? There's no good area there's nothing safe when you turn from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Not you, not your kids. The scriptures even tell us that our our bread would be defiled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you really took the time and analyzed everything from what you put on your body to what you put in your body, you'll be scared straight. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't even want to go outside. You wouldn't even want to drink or cook in the water that you got running through your sinks right now, man. How wicked this devil is.
Khan, I got something for you. This is Sirach 12 and 13. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh unto beasts? Right? So that's a rhetorical question. Nobody's going to pity you, man, because why are you even in that predicament or putting yourself in a situation to where you have to lean on this damn devil and trust him, man? Obviously, there's certain things that, we can't avoid it. That's why, prayer and fasting and things of that nature are very important. That's when it comes into play. But these, man, Jake, man, they just willy-nilly go and get these BBL, go into these surgeries, do any type of things. They get poked and jabbed up with any and everything, man. And they just trust this damn devil like he's not the enemy, And it says, continuing on, it says, verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? No, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Because one, you have the prophets on the highways and byways warning you not to trust this devil, his medicines, right? His hospitals, none of that. But here you are, you're still going to go do it, and it's going to show that you trust this devil when the MOTB come into the play. Because these people that's lacking resources such as food, water, shelter, things of that nature, what are they going to do? They're going to run to this damn center, and they're going to be defiled, and they're going to be sorry for it, man, weeping and gnashing the teeth, man. Continuing on, and you brothers got it. It says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Meaning he can't wait until you start to fall, right? When you're at your most vulnerable point, right? And it says, verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So you can't satisfy this damn devil's thirst, man. This nigga, he is a nigga, man. Like that nigga just don't stop, man. E gon' E, man.
E gon' E.
That's a new slogan right there. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's a new slogan. E gon' E.
Hey, real quick, just to back you up, if you don't mind, Brother Kashad, Isaiah 31:1, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Yasha'Allah, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. And that's these common citizens. They believe everything that he says. You go into CVS, got all these signs. Hey, have you taken your flu shot? And they push it. It's like they really push it. You got the commercials. Oh man, I need to take my flu shot. No
emails.
Yeah, the Lord gave you an immune system. What you need to do is put things in you that's going to build your immune system up. I need to take a flu shot when the Lord already put in me what I need to fight it off. You know,
Right.
You know,
I
actually,
got a piece.
hold on, real quick. Hold on.
same as the
Actually,
flu shot. You know,
yeah, actually it says in the scriptures that a brother that's knowledgeable in herbs, that's a gift from the Lord right there. You know what I'm saying? Not a position, but just a brother that has knowledge in herbs, man.
yeah.
Go ahead and you got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So not to be ignorant in a small matter.
Con. And yeah, that's going right into what I was saying. This Hosea 4:6, it says, "My people
Yes,
are
sir.
destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children." And that's going to show what you were saying, man. They rejecting Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they rejecting the knowledge. Even, like you said, we the prophets being out here prophesizing, giving them warning, letting them know, this is your enemy. Come back to the Lord, come back to the ancient ways. They're rejecting everything.
Yeah, because it says they are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge. Meaning of what? They don't fear the Lord, for one. And for two, they ultimately we was discontinued from our heritage. So a lot of the things that we once had or knowledge of, we don't have. So now we have to seek, go and find, and that's the importance of the body. Because even though I may not be, strong in understanding a certain thing, that's what a brother is there for. To help it and help guide each other, so we can, heal ourselves and not trust this damn devil. Certain thing. We have now become way more independent when we have been serving Yahweh Bashim Shah. But the 2/3 of our people, they lack the fear of the Lord, and that's why they lack knowledge, and that's why they're not going to make it.
Yeah. Can I get this real quick? Proverbs 24:5. It says, "A wise man is strong. Yeah, a man of knowledge increaseth strength."
Knowledge.
So when we weak, what we need at the end of the day, we need these supplements, but you need the knowledge to know what to take. There's wisdom, knowledge. Wisdom, understanding, knowledge. Like we always say, hey, when you can't
stability,
stability is out. Whenever you can't figure something out, what we say, go to the comforter, right?
Yeah, make sure you pray, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Pray, man. The herbs are beneficial, man, because you can eat all the herbs and won't do anything, man. It's really up to y'all about Shimi Achai, ultimately, man.
And then just to add on that, just because you got a whole bunch of herbs, that don't mean take them all at the same. You need the knowledge, bro. When to take this, what this does with this herb, you know what I mean? Because you got binders, you know what I mean? You could take that. Well, if you are low on vitamin D, you could take vitamin D. But what's going to help even more is when you connect it with vitamin C. It boosts it up faster or something. I forget the exact word, but you gotta do your due diligence.
Like you said, just go outside, man. So when the sun comes, like you said, again, that's what we got melanin for a reason, man. Because what we get vitamin D from the sun.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Being in the crib all day, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not getting no nutrients, you're not getting nothing, man.
And remember,
you ain't getting no you ain't getting no damn vitamin D from Sunny D and all these fucking orange juices and shit, man.
Remember
when artificial.
Remember when the C19 first jumped off, they wanted everybody to stay in the house. But you're gonna get sicker. Staying in the house all day, not only mentally but physically. You need that sun. Well, we need that sun. You know what I'm saying? You ever been sick and you've been down for like 2 days, but when you go outside, you start moving around, that sun start hitting, you feel like a boost of energy. You feel me?
That's what it's made for.
Just bring around nature. Bring around nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You see how Superman got strong? He went next to the damn sun. Called Halal. I think that's
his name's Kal-El.
Kal-El or something like that, which means all power.
Kal-El. How you say Kal-El?
Kal-El.
I think it's Kal-El.
But it's really saying, in the Hebrew, Halal, or Halal.
All praises.
Allah.
I was just watching Justice. What's it called?
Justice League. The Snyder.
Kal-El, something.
Kal-El or something like that. But call Allah, all power.
Call Halal.
just like photosynthesis. When the sun hits or whatever plants, it allows it to provide
Yeah.
nutrients and different things, and then provide the oxygen. Same thing as the melanin within our skin. You know what I mean? Once the exterior organ is warmed up, then now that nutrient can transfer and so forth. I saw a video a few weeks ago. Jake is in a low vibration mentally. You know what I'm saying? So what they were doing, they a lot of Jake want to be like Esau and so forth, to the point. There's another medical procedure. I forgot that. I didn't even look into the name of it, because I was really disgusted with it. They boiling Jake. It's they put him in some type of chemical solution, and the person that's in front of them, they're literally scraping the melanin off of Jake.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it shows, you got white meat under your melanin. So they're in this solution, this tub bath. They literally scraping the black off of Jake, man.
Mm.
When I find it, I'll send it in the chat, Lord will. But with
Crazy, man.
with a flat like spoon, you know what I'm saying, like the back of a spoon, that flat part, they're literally scraping. You see it, they're scraping the melanin off of Jake, because they want to be like E. But you got nigga nostrils, man. You look like a fucking, you gonna look like an albino, you know what I'm saying? Because your features is not their features. You know what I'm saying?
What was the baseball player name?
Sammy Sosa.
Yo, that dude looked like Casper, yo.
Yeah, with that big ass nose and shit. Like, hey, our features are our features. So you can never beat them. You know what I'm saying?
And they secretly want to be us. So it's like, what's ironic? You trying to beat them, but they really want to be us.
That's the whole point of the BBL. They invented the BBL to look like our women, but our women now want a bigger ass and so forth, and different things.
Past the deeds of the wicked, as the scripture says.
Because they really hate themselves. They want to follow whatever the E woman does.
Right.
They're not knowing that the E woman did that because they were trying to look like the fake woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now your dumb ass already had an ass, and now you want to sit around, walk around looking like an ant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know how the ant got the big ass with the skinny leg.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ant's life and shit. Right.
Yeah, Bugs like.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna bring this guy to attention, because we was already speaking on him. The quote unquote father of modern gynecology. This dude's named James Marion Sims. It says in Black Studies Studios, this is the group that made this article. It says used African women. We know that that's Jake. All right. Used quote unquote African women during slavery for surgical experiences. It says Sims' medical experience on Black women created a cure for vesico-vaginal fistula, which actually which allowed him to detect and cure illnesses such as cancer before it became deadly. Like when you hear something like that, he created a cure, it'll bring a softer approach to what he actually did. You know what I'm saying? But this article goes further into that. It says he did not provide the enslaved women with anesthesia or medicine to numb their pain during their procedures, or if one of them died from complications or excessive bleeding, he simply replaced them with another enslaved woman. All right. It says his most renowned patients were Anarcha, Lucy, and Betsy. And in that picture that I showed earlier, you see other women in the background, you know what I'm saying, representing them.
Yeah.
It says because enslaved Africans were not seen as fully human and were considered private property, it was completely legal for enslaved Africans to be subjected to all sorts of violence and medical experiments. It goes into that woman, Anarcha. It says she was forced to regularly undergo surgical experiments while positioned on Sims' table. So they would have her squatted on all fours. You know what I'm saying? And it goes on to says that it's been calculated that a narca was operated on roughly 34 times between 1845 and 1849. These operations helped Sim hone his technique and create gynecological tools. All right, it would be, well, yeah, pretty much that's it. But yeah, once a sister died or something like that, imagine you being cut open, you know what I'm saying, and you being cut open and filleted and different things of that nature, and no anesthesia or nothing is given to you. You know what I'm saying, over and over and over again, man. If you died on the table, you were simply replaced because you had no one there to redeem you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's all the judgments. You got it, brother.
No, Salaki, brother. But think about your blood pressure levels. You getting cut on, your pain levels, your blood pressure is out of this roof. You could fuck around and have a stroke.
Yeah,
Just from getting cut on. Or, you know what I mean? That's crazy, man.
Yeah. And to still, when our women go to the doctors and all of that, those same instruments that they use today was created by this nigga, man.
Oh man.
Like when the woman sits on the table and they have that little, yeah, that was made by him for him to be able to go into the women with his instruments and different things and cut them open, man.
Shit.
Yeah, so even all of that with the the abortions and different things, all of these procedures was made by individuals like him on our sisters, man. On our, so it's a lot to consider when you when you dealing with this devil, man. It's a lot that our people don't even know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know because as the scripture say, they discontinue from their heritage. And I'm gonna get that Baba Kashah real quick. This Jeremiah 17:4, it says, and though even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. Hey, that is a part of that fire, man. That is a part of that righteous indignation that the Heavenly Father has towards us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says simple, oh, I couldn't serve, I couldn't serve the Lord. I wouldn't serve the Lord if I wanted to. Hey, listen, man, us as a whole, turning from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has subjected us to so much wrath that we can't even fathom half the shit that we find out about this devil, that what he's done. That's a matter of what is hidden. You know what I'm saying?
Quick one. This is Psalm 64:5, and I read it in the NET. It says they encourage one another to carry out their evil deed. They plan how to hide snares and boast who will see them. They devise unjust schemes. They disguise a well-conceived plot. Man's inner thoughts cannot be discovered. So ultimately, man, they always doing things behind the scenes, always working in secrecy, always, indulging themselves in the evil matter. Why? Because they're known as the wicked. So, they don't have a righteous bone in their body. They're not just at all. All they can do is be and do wicked things, man. That's an evil thing to dissect, someone without no type of anything at all, just for the fun of it, or just to, do your little lab results and tests and stuff like that. Like
science.
That shit for what, a greater purpose that they say, they're sacrificing for a greater cause. No, man, that shit is fucking wicked, man. You had no business doing that. The Lord gonna destroy your ass for it, man.
Yeah. They've always been experimenting on us, even with the drugs. Think about crack. They put crack in the hood, right? And it was just watching Jake tear themselves up. But when it started going to the suburbs, or when E was coming to the hood to get the crack, and they started fucking up, now it's a pandemic.
Yeah, the curses that fall upon our enemies.
Yeah.
And that's that's ultimately why the Lord said there's no place for repentance for this devil, man. He done did so much and everything. No matter what he do, it's like, this man is totally wicked. That's why I don't understand anybody that's trying to incorporate these devils into the blessing.
Cool. Same thing. You got the Tuskegee experiment. You know what I mean? When they gave syphilis to Jake. You know what I mean? They thought they was getting, once again, a vaccine for the flu or some shit like that. And then come to
Placebo.
find out, hey, they was just watching them deteriorate, man.
Yeah, they was giving them placebos.
Yeah.
Basically nothing, and still was watching. I always tell bros watch that movie Miss Eva's Boys, and that breaks down that's exactly about that. It's a real good movie too, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, don't watch that and gotta go to work Monday and you gotta be around E, you know what I'm saying? It's vexing. It's vexing of the spirit, man, because you see how people, like, you watching these people go crazy. You know, syphilis attacks your brain.
Yeah.
So in the movie, one guy he thought he came up with his own cure. He was like drinking gasoline.
Damn.
On cure him, you know what I mean? Like, because it just a lot of people die from syphilis because it now it's curable, but back then it would eat at your brain basically.
Yeah. What is it called, that movie?
Miss Eva's Boys.
Eva's.
It's the lady who played Sanaa Lathan mom in Love and Basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
I'm gonna find it right now. Phone been acting up.
Brothers, got anything else?
Nah, that's all I had on it.
No, that's all the scriptures I had.
Yeah, I'm bringing the last scripture, bro.
Miss is EVERS, but the way they was pronouncing it was Eva's.
Mm-hmm.
You see that, yeah?
I got it out.
I got it.
Let me read this last scripture. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 22. It says, "It's part of the curse. It says, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, with blasting, and with you mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish," man. So again, that's part of the curses. You know, say inflammation, extreme burning. Oh, it says, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that could be anything. That could be let me see, what was it? Gonorrhea, something else, some STD, you know what I'm saying?
Inflammation is basically is when something's irritated, man.
You know, yeah. Hey, anything that's sex, you know what I'm saying? Anything involves with the body, man. You know what I'm saying? Inflammation, chlamydia, all that stuff, man. Burning and all that stuff, and you know, especially nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, people just sleeping everywhere, you know what I'm saying? You know, not thinking wisely, man. You know what I'm saying? That's we got all the diseases going on in certain places like Houston, Atlanta, and all that stuff. But again,
a lot of that stuff is put there.
This devil got a lot to do with a lot of stuff.
Yep. See,
this devil.
He did a lot of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now they saying with the C19, they putting traces of the HIV in it. You know, so.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's ultimately, the curses, like you said, because the Lord is using this devil though. So this devil, everything always comes back to this devil though, but he's being used.
Yeah, that's the sword.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been created to take peace from this earth. So by all means, everything.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? By the end of the day, we got the knowledge, man. You know, that's why the scripture says, be not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We're able to see whatever he does coming at us, man. You know, our job is just to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Not be caught up, but you know what I mean? Compared to, compared to the 2/3, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's their judgment.
Yeah.
And like you said, what's one of your favorite scriptures about this? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn.
Yeah,
that's how you know who's running stuff right now. Everybody's upset. Everybody's mad.
Yeah, like you said, man. Hey, like you said, this place, like you said, oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, rather than anything, man, we just ended on that.
Okay.
You know, hey, with that, hey, it's another beautiful lesson. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, to bring out heavy info. You know, let you know if any brothers got any sick. You know, make sure, you know what I'm saying, to do your research. You know, when we go to these hospitals and, make sure that, who caring for you. But if all possible, like you said, get into the herbs, get into the supplements.
Anoint
especially
you.
those brothers, you know what I'm saying, with the knowledge, man, before you go to the doctors, because like you said, because we know that, you know, they have an agenda, you know, which is destroy us and our people ultimately, man. So
Stop eating like shit and drinking soda all the damn time. Jake always wanted soda with their food, man. It's like wonder why you breaking out or why you got a headache. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Drink some water, yo.
You funny.
Put some lemon in your water.
Work
yo.
out, you know what I'm saying? Even the Ellis stressed that out. He said,
Yeah,
hey man, work out, go to the gym if possible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, look, I don't drink soda all the time, but look,
Nobody perfect, nobody perfect. You know what I mean? Just don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah, just don't how you say, just don't overindulge it.
Everybody got their guilty pleasures. Man.
What you about to say, Zabot?
Hey, look, if you get seltzer water, and I tried it last week, seltzer water and whatever fruit juice you drink, you mix that together, and you just made you a healthier soda.
Hey,
You
real
know what I
quick,
mean?
get the seltzer water, get lemon or lime, get ginger, and get organic maple sugar. There go your Sprite, your 7-Eleven, whatever. You know what I mean?
No. Get the agave.
No, you get the agave, but they say the maple is what gives it that taste. You know, I'm just saying.
The carbonated
maple
taste.
syrup,
That agave do it different.
Nah, I rock with agave. I rock with it, and that's
look,
natural.
If brothers don't know, date syrup, you can use date syrup as well.
You know, I got that in the cabinet.
Yeah. Go ahead.
See, brothers know about the herbs and all that. Like you said, see, like you said, you can have soda in a healthy way, but this devil ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You can have your own soda made fresh, man. Healthy, man.
Yeah, without all the extra additives.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, said that, man. Hopefully, brothers edified. This great Millstone of Virginia is always give latest news, article blessings through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shai. But as always, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, by Shem Kakodash. Hey, we definitely want to say double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule for choosing up this truth. And of course, we want to say peace and blessings and salutation to Yakim out there present this truth. Throughout the four corners of the earth, and to the best of their abilities, scatter out the four corners of the earth when they say Kwame Yasharallah.
Shalom.
Shalom, Martin.